This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, have you got fibre at your house yet? We take a look at the rollout to date and consumer uptake. Scientific innovation after study is being encouraged by a student-led group that's working with businesses. And a local academic explains why some parasites are essential when it comes to preserving some species. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. The installation of ultra-fast broadband throughout the city is ahead of schedule. A chorus manager is visiting Dunedin this week, checking on progress with the Gigatown initiative, but she says residents are taking their time to connect.
Keeping track of progress, this Auckland-based chorus manager is monitoring the rollout of ultra-fast broadband in Dunedin. She says the project's ahead of schedule, but residents aren't making the most of the infrastructure.
Uptake is still relatively slow in Dunedin. It is 23%, which is it's a good uptake, but we'd like to see more people on the gig.
Chorus started installing high-speed fibre in Dunedin more than a year ago after the city's Gigatown win. The project's half complete, with 34,000 properties now on the circuit. Stewart's also looking over the next pool of applications for Gigatown funding aimed at boosting the community.
There's a Gig Start Fund and the Community Fund, and we're looking for ideas that will benefit Dunedin directly through innovation and technology.
The Gig City Community Fund channels money to neighbourhood groups, while the Gig Start Fund is targeting new businesses. More than $170,000 has been awarded so far. There's $93,000 left for startups and $20,000 available per community group.
I just really want to get people who have got great ideas to apply for both funds. They're both available until the 8th of April, and all the details are on the Gig City Dunedin website.
The local rollout of ultra-fast broadband is expected to be finished next year, with the rest of the country due to catch up in 2019. Annabelle Dick, 39 Dunedin News.
Police are warning residents about entering the water after an 8-year-old boy and his mother were caught in a rip. The pair from Mosgiel got swept out to sea at Westwood Beach near Ocean View yesterday afternoon. A horse trainer working on the beach spotted them and called emergency services at about 3:30 p.m. The mother and child were dragged about 200 metres offshore but managed to swim to safety before officers arrived. The boy was taken to Dunedin Hospital after swallowing water and suffering exhaustion. With summer over, lifeguards are no longer patrolling beaches, and police are warning residents to use extreme caution in and around the water. A student-led organisation is helping to prepare young scholars for life after study. It's encouraging scientific innovation by linking university students with businesses in the sector, and program drivers say it could benefit the entire country.
Learning how to sell their ideas. This day-long workshop by non-profit group Chiasma is helping to prepare students with plans to enter the science industry after graduation. It's aimed at ensuring attendees hear exactly what employers are looking for in potential staff.
I feel the university students don't have as much connection with the industry, and the industry is amazing with very inspiring people, inspiring stories that I feel students just need to hear, and one platform that students can do that is through Chiasma.
The initiative started in Auckland more than 10 years ago and has since grown to have over 2,000 student and industry members nationwide. It was launched in December last year, with Callaghan inspired by the work being done elsewhere.
Originally I was approached through the Auckland's team, and I went to visit the Chiasma team in Auckland, and it was amazing. Great team. I felt that they shared a similar vision to myself, and that's how I got into Chiasma, and we've developed a team here.
Callaghan says the organisation aims to encourage innovation in technology fields and strengthen the links between tertiary institutions and industry leaders. He says it's about giving students more tools to communicate and have their ideas heard by the right people.
The plans for the future is essentially to promote commercialization innovation amongst the best students, the creative students here in Dunedin, and provide them a platform to communicate with the industry and just be a lot better established, more well known around Dunedin, and encourage students to be the best that they can be.
He's hoping that as the student-led organisation grows, New Zealand will benefit from an increasingly knowledge-based economy. He says the high local turnout at the latest meeting is a good sign they're on the right track. Ruby McAndrew, 39 Dunedin News.
Up to 90 Japanese engineering students may do research and training in Dunedin each year under a new partnership. The students would be hosted at Otago Polytechnic from 2020. Already delegates from Japan's Kanazawa Technical College have met local Polytechnic staff to discuss the deal. The two institutions have had an agreement in place for more than a decade involving the exchange of third-year engineering students in small numbers. Now that could expand to as many as 90 Japanese students being hosted annually by Otago Polytechnic starting in 4 years' time. The scheme is set to boost the local economy as well as the Polytechnic's international standing. Ridding endangered species of parasites may be detrimental to their health. That's the conclusion of a local zoologist who's been researching the issue with an American biologist. And their work could help conservationists in their quest to preserve and grow certain species.
Preaching about parasites. New research co-authored by University of Otago zoologist Hamish Spencer is shedding light on the importance of conserving parasites. He says it's natural that people want to get rid of parasites they deem a risk to endangered animals, but he argues that mild infections can be beneficial for the host in helping them survive long term.
Parasites are important because they're an intimate part of the environment that animals have. You know, all animals have parasites, often quite a number of different parasites, and they've evolved together. They're an integral part of their environment. And as conservation biologists, we're trying to preserve the processes that generate biodiversity as well as the elements of biodiversity.
Spencer conducted the research alongside evolutionary biologist Marlene Zuck from the University of Minnesota. The idea arose from a discussion about the hygiene hypothesis, that a too clean environment can lead to weak immunity.
We know in people, for example, that parasites can be very important in helping their immune system develop properly, and there's experimental evidence for that from mice as well. And that probably applies to endangered species, so birds and various other things that we're trying to preserve.
One local example of a species potentially suffering from the eradication of a parasite is the kakapo. A type of tapeworm thought to be extinct was recently found in 2 young kakapo, which were quickly treated, meaning the tapeworm disappeared again. Spencer says that may be one reason why the kakapo population isn't growing fast enough.
I think it's interesting that kakapo have had all these troubles breeding in the preservation program. Now that might not be to do with immune systems, it might be to do with the fact they're inbred or they're not getting the appropriate nutrients in their diet. There's all sorts of reasons, but maybe it's something to do with their immune systems.
Spencer says he'd ideally like the research to inform conservation managers about the best way to deal with animal parasites. He says it's hard to distinguish between good and bad parasites, but that's essential in maintaining biodiversity. Ruby McAndrew, 39 Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, the government funds a workshop for women, and we're at Highlanders training as the team prepares for its next match.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
New Zealand Beeswax Limited are the quintessential beeswax, woodwear and beekeeping suppliers. From the amateur beekeeper to the commercial operator, New Zealand Beeswax Limited has the quantity to meet your needs. For great prices, great service New Zealand-wide, contact New Zealand Beeswax Limited on 03 693 9189 or visit www.beeswax.co.nz.
Pallet fires are growing in popularity in Otago, with people who want a clean and efficient form of home heating. The sight of a burning flame without the problems of chopping, stacking and carting wood around is a winner. Pallet fires, so easy, so efficient.
Garage Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garage quality service. Garage Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoai Valley Road. Visit www.garage.co.nz. www.garradoors.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Déjà qu'on m'a demandé de les caster sur la pointure des pieds maintenant.
Oui, tu vas voir Marjolaine et d'accord, ok.
Mosgiel Mowers Plus can help you with products to make your garden maintenance jobs easier. Lawn mowers, ride-ons, chainsaws, line trimmers. Sales and service are our specialty. Mosgiel Mowers Plus. Phone 489 3572 22B Gordon Road, Mosgiel.
The team at Caltex North care more about you than just putting fuel in your tank. They care about you and your family. At the Caltex Valley Workshop, the skilled service team care about your safety, extending the life of your car and helping you live more economically. There's a range of modern equipment to give comprehensive warrant for fitness checks and servicing to your vehicle. Come visit your only local in North East Valley and receive 10% off when you book your warrant and service together. That's your friendly Caltex Valley Workshop, 134 North Road, or book online at caltexvalley.co.nz.
For professional, reliable and approachable service where your dream kitchen design can become an affordable reality, contact the team at Kitchens for Less. Call 455 9973 or visit us online.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Ecrotech Limited have been supplying beekeeping equipment and honey products in New Zealand for over 100 years. A specialist manufacturer of hiveware and plastic products for the beekeeping industry. They are the leading supplier of beekeeping equipment nationwide. For all your beekeeping needs, visit ecrotech.co.nz or call 0800 117766.
Tune in on Thursday for Motorsport Night on Dunedin Television.
Welcome back. Otago's employment is set to increase at a faster rate than the national average, according to the government's latest forecast. The Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment predicts the region's jobs to rise by 3.2% annually over the next 3 years. The corresponding national figure is 2.1%, with the South Island leading the way. That is set to see an extra 148,000 jobs nationwide. The strongest growth is expected in the construction, hospitality, retail and wholesale sectors. Unemployment is predicted to drop by 5% or to 5% by 2019. And on that note, let's take a look at today's financials. The NZX 50 has closed the day up 38 points. It's now at 6,714. The Dow Jones is up 98 points. To the exchange rates, and the Kiwi dollar is unchanged against the pound, but we are down against the other currencies we follow. Local women are getting the chance to learn basic self-defence through a government-funded workshop. It's being led by Belle Murphy, who is an accredited member of the Women's Self-Defence Network, and she joins us to talk about it. Good evening.
Hi.
When did the idea for this workshop arise?
This particular course has been organised with a woman named Rachel Bergeson, who's the president of the play group out in Portobello. So she was interested in looking at some workshops for local women, to a bit of empowerment for local women out there, and got in touch with me, and that fits perfectly with the kaupapa of these programs. So we took it from there.
Who is it open to?
The course is open to all women, including transgender takatapui. But these courses that are funded by the Ministry of Justice, they're particularly targeting or looking to reach women who are isolated. So in this case, women living rurally in the Otago Peninsula. And I'd especially like to extend a welcome to wahine Māori from the Otako whānau, and women with limited mobility, solo parents, and also migrant women. So we can help with transport and childcare if needed to help make it as accessible as possible.
How many courses will be run?
This is just going to be a one-day course, so from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. The Sunday the 29th of May. And if there's enough interest to run further courses, then we can look at organizing further courses as well.
How many women are you hoping will attend?
I can take up to 30, and I like to keep it at that number so that it feels like a safe space. People have a chance to get to know each other a little bit, and can give people one-on-one help as well. Yeah.
And so it's effectively a whole day course.
Yes.
What sort of things will they learn?
The course covers a whole range of strategies using the mind, body, and voice for dealing with a range of situations, from so your pushy people and disrespect, all the way through to life or death situations, how to get out of strangleholds, those kinds of things. We also, the course also includes some workshopping and discussion around recognizing the difference between healthy, unhealthy, and abusive relationships, and also about how to find support and how to give support to other people who might be in abusive relationships. So the courses have been designed to address the specific realities of the types of violence that women in New Zealand are most often experience. So, yeah.
Is self-defense a common thing for women to practice?
Well, that's an interesting question, because I'd say that women practice self-defense all the time, maybe without even realizing that they're doing it. Women are a lot more capable and a lot stronger than we're taught to believe. So while this course gives women a whole bunch of new ideas and skills and a chance to practice those, that can help to give their confidence, I'd say that that what the course is really doing is helping women to realize how strong and capable they already are. As well. Yeah.
How did you manage to get funding from the government?
Well, the Women's Self-Defense Network, Wahine Toa, who I'm a member of, and that's where I did my training, and we receive a limited amount of funding from the Ministry of Justice to do these courses for women in isolation.
Yeah. What's the overall message that you'd like to spread with us?
The overall message is that every single woman and girl deserves to live a life free from violence and to be safe, and that we are capable of, regardless of size or ability or age, there's lots of things that we can do to help to stay safe and to live lives with less fear and support each other as well. So.
Have you ever had to be in a situation where you've needed to use self-defense skills yourself?
Well, that's the question that girls often ask me in the girls' courses that I do. I also teach around Dunedin in a number of schools, doing courses with girls. They often ask me, oh, have you ever had to use your self-defense skills? And they want to hear some exciting story about me doing a ninja fly kick or something. But I tell them that yes, I use them every day. I use them when I walk down the street and I hold my head up high, and I remember that that I deserve to be treated with respect. That when I let people know where my boundaries are, and remember that it's okay for me to do that and to assert myself, those are the everyday skills that that people don't often think of when they think of the word self-defense, but those are the things that come in handy all the time.
Absolutely, good advice from the Women's Self-Defense Network. Belle Murphy, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome, thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, can the Highlanders make it 5 in a row? And we're on the streets to see what you think about Easter trading.
Sir Bob Charles, New Zealand's greatest golfer and still going strong.
I'm sure that Sportsville was a contributing factor to my success, and I'll continue to use it.
Sir Bob Charles Sportsville, a product so good he puts his name to it.
Well, I believe Sportsville helps maintain your quality of life.
Now being used by active men and women globally to support strength and mobility.
It works for me.
Sir Bob Charles Sportsville in the new all-black pack. Call now for the Sportsville special, 0800 502 402.
Tech Limited have been supplying beekeeping equipment and honey products in New Zealand for over 100 years. A specialist manufacturer of hiveware and plastic products for the beekeeping industry. They are the leading supplier of beekeeping equipment nationwide. For all your beekeeping needs, visit ecrotech.co.nz or call 0800 11 7766.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
The team at Caltex North care more about you than just putting fuel in your tank. They care about you and your family. At the Caltex Valley Workshop, the skilled service team care about your safety, extending the life of your car and helping you live more economically. There's a range of modern equipment to give comprehensive warrant of fitness checks and servicing to your vehicle. Come visit your only local in North East Valley and receive 10% off when you book your warrant and service together. That's your friendly Caltex Valley Workshop, 134 North Road, or book online at caltexvalley.co.nz.
Mobility Scooters Otago. Mobility Scooters, new and used, electric manual wheelchairs, strollers and walkers. Free home demonstration and delivery. Call Tony on 03 455 2875 or visit our showroom, 211 Canudwood Street, opposite Westpac.
New Zealand Beeswax Limited are the quintessential beeswax, woodware and beekeeping suppliers. From the amateur beekeeper to the commercial operator, New Zealand Beeswax Limited has the quantity to meet your needs. For great prices, great service New Zealand-wide, contact New Zealand Beeswax Limited on 03 693 9189 or visit www.beeswax.co.nz.
Here's something else to look forward to sinking your teeth into every weekend with the Otago Daily Times, the Weekend Mix, your guide to what's hot in fashion, entertainment, food and more. New weekend magazine in your ODT. Pick up your copy this Saturday.
It's generally not a job that we can't get a door out and in a day.
It's important to make sure you get a good design because you're going to be in it for the rest of your life.
There's no schemes that are wrong when it's a personal choice thing, but some do look better than others.
Every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. Regional authorities are trying to rid Otago of a destructive weed affecting crops. The Otago Regional Council says there have been 10 confirmed cases of velvet leaf in the region so far. Velvet leaf is an invasive weed that competes with crops for nutrients, space and water. Council staff are working with farmers across Otago to eradicate the plant and stop it from spreading further. They say farmers who've planted fodder beet seed are most at risk and need to be particularly vigilant in checking crops. The Ministry for Primary Industries is also investigating the infestation. The Highlanders are back in the city training for their next Super Rugby match on the heel of 4 consecutive wins. Players were warming up this morning at Logan Park before a team announcement for a home game against the Force this Friday. They've just returned from Australia where they beat the Rebels. That was their 4th consecutive win in the Super Rugby tournament following a loss to the Blues in the first match. They'll return to Australia next week to face the Reds before taking a short break. The Highlanders are this year's defending champions. Easter trading rules are again in the spotlight, with many commercial operations winding down over the long weekend. Almost all shops must close on Good Friday and Easter Sunday, but some retailers flout the law at the risk of a fine. Our Word on the Street team asked members of the public if they think shops should be allowed to open over Easter.
I hadn't really thought much about it. I think probably because I do go to church on Easter, I'd prefer it wasn't on Easter Day, but I'm not that worried about it really. There are enough shops open anyway.
I think that Easter, perhaps not for me personally, but for some people it means quite a lot, and it's time that they don't want to be working. And you know, do you really need to go to the shop, you know, on a Friday and Sunday? And
for me personally, family time is important, and not opportunity arises that easy these days. So many times the shops are open, so why not close it for Easter?
Yes, I do. Yep.
I think it's pretty much the norm now, so yeah. I mean, if people don't want to go shopping, they've got the choice.
Yep, they should, because like, there's lots of people go on holidays and stuff, and that's probably the busiest time for shop owners.
Yes, so that we can go and buy things, because I think that's important, so that we can buy more things and make more money for local businesses.
I think they're holy days, they're precious days, and they should be kept as holy days. But I think trading needs to be considered as well. We have trading on Saturdays and Sundays, so we probably have enough, I think.
I think it should be uniform across the board. I don't see it's fair that some towns can and some can't, so yeah, I just thought it was a bit inconsistent, if anything.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. Chorus manager says the city's ultra-fast broadband rollout is ahead of schedule, but residents are taking their time to connect. Young scholars are being encouraged to lead scientific innovation through a project linking businesses with the university. And a local zoologist has found some parasites are needed to boost the long-term health of endangered species despite their reputation. It's time now to find out what's going to be in the pages of Thursday's Otago Daily Times, and Dave Cannon joins us. Good evening.
Parasites?
Parasites?
Yes, I might miss that one, I'm afraid. Tomorrow we've got a story about a high-speed car chase in Mosgiel today, and some good photographs, good news photographs. We're having a look at the accommodation situation for the All Black Wales Test in June, and also the Black Sabbath concert in April. Are you going to that?
A little bit before my time.
Come on, Aussie, you've got to go and see Aussie. Anyway, Dunedin, the usual story, the accommodation's really filling up in town, so we're looking at that. There's some heritage reuse awards being announced in town tonight for some old buildings being converted into much better things, so that'll be in the paper tomorrow. And the Highlanders have been named as well, so we've got that. They're going very well, of course. You'll know all this, how well the Highlanders are going.
Yes, yes, 4 out of 4, well, 4 out of 5 so far.
Very good, well done. So yeah, and the Wash column has a happy story, a story with a happy ending, plus we've launched this new series about boats on the harbour, and that's going quite well too. So.
All right, details on tomorrow's ODT. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Time now for local weather.
This weather report proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn Sportsville.
And here is today's City View. It's taken of the last of the day's sun rays. Around the city today at 3 o'clock, 15 degrees in the central city, 17 at the Gardens, 24 the timing. To the situation, and a mild and northerly airstream is with us now. A trough of low pressure will move over the country on Friday and Saturday and weaken as it does so. To the forecast for some of the main towns on the lower South Island for tomorrow. Northerlies with high cloud increasing for Invercargill, Gore and Alexandra. Northerlies with late rain for Te Anau and a high of 17. Northerlies and high cloud increasing for Queenstown, Oamaru, Wanaka and Twizel. Highs of between 19 and 21 degrees. Remaining fine in Dunedin tonight with an overnight low of 10. Fine at first tomorrow, but high cloud will increase and lower during the day. Northerly winds with a high of 20. And on Friday, brief rain with nor'westers easing and a high of 19. And finally to the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information. High tide tomorrow morning is at 20 past 10. Low tide follows at 10 past 5. And fishing conditions look reasonable tomorrow, particularly around 7 a.m. And that's all from the team here at 39 Dunedin News for Wednesday. We'll join you again tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.